A girl wakes up coughing on a wet wooden floor. She doesn't know where she is. She doesn't know her own name. In her hand is a bronze pocket watch, and it has stopped. Near her, 2 more children. A girl with a frayed rope still knotted around her neck. A boy so thin he can barely stand, his face hidden behind a red kerchief. And the room they're in is moving. This is not a new game. It's not the stop-motion film. This is The Lonely Ones, an official Little Nightmares novel, and it might be the most Little Nightmares thing Bandai Namco has put out in years. Here's my case today. Little Nightmares stopped being just a game series a while ago. It's becoming a universe, and this book is the strongest proof yet. So first, the credentials, because this matters. The Lonely Ones is written by E.C. Myers, a young adult author who won the Andre Norton Award for his novel Faircoin. This is not a quick licensing cash grab by a ghostwriter, and it's not fan fiction either. The copyright page credits Bandai Namco Europe's Little Nightmares team, including franchise narrative director Lonnie Nadler. The people who guard this universe supervised this book, published by AFK, an imprint of Scholastic, in 2025. 10 chapters, about 155 pages, rated ages 12 and up, and I'll have something to say about that rating later. If you watched my Broken Promises video, you know the pattern. A stop-motion short film made with Guillermo del Toro's studio, selected at Annecy VR with altered echoes. And now original novels. The franchise is expanding on every front. The setup. 3 children wake inside a carnival with no memories of who they are. Ruse, our point of view character, sharp, self-reliant, trusts nobody. Her name isn't even certain. She concentrates hard until Ruse pops into her head. She named herself from a word that surfaced out of nowhere, and Ruse means a trick. Sit with that. Mim, tiny, nearly mute, terrified of noise, with a rope around her bruised neck that the book never explains. Classic Little Nightmares. The implication is worse than anything they could show you. Feast. A starving boy in a red kerchief mask who speaks one word at a time and can see in the dark. And I'll tell you this now. One of these 3 does not come out of this story the same. Something happens that cannot be undone. I won't spoil it, but hold that thought, because we're coming back to it. Now the world. The carnival has no exit, the ground tilts, the horizon has no landscape at all, and then Ruse works it out from the rigging, the crow's nest, and the hollow deck underfoot. We're in the air. This is a flying carnival. A carnival sailing through empty sky. We've had the moor out at sea. We've had the Pale City. The novel takes the Nowhere Airborne, complete with a balloon ship that docks to load mysterious cargo, which means there's a whole logistics network up there we've never seen. Oh, and while we're up here, keep an eye out for the eye. It keeps showing up in this book, and it's not decoration. More on that soon. Every Little Nightmares story lives or dies on its monster, and this book's monster is genuinely new. The performer is a mime, a tall, thin figure with luminous white face paint, a sloppy painted smile, huge white gloves, and a striped beret. He never speaks, he never chases, he casts you. His whole deal is attention. Watching his act pulls you into it, and he has one signature power that is pure nightmare fuel. When he's near, sound stops existing. Not quiet, gone. Your footsteps, your heartbeat, your own scream, deleted. Which means the children learn to use silence as an alarm. When the world goes mute, he's close. The scariest sound in this book is no sound at all. And he's not alone up there. The carnival is packed with supporting horrors. Dough giants, enormous pale figures with blank faces who ride the rides and eat constantly. This book's answer to the guests from the moor. The puppets, wooden marionettes with severed strings that move anyway. A blind centipede that hunts by sound inside a paper hedge maze. And something in a ball pit that the book never describes at all, which is exactly why it's terrifying. Then the speakers crackle. Talent to the stage. The show is about to begin. Quick detour. Everything in this carnival is fake. Paper hedges, wooden apples painted black, books with blank pages, a dagger with a retracting blade, flowers made of cloth, doors that are just paintings of doors. Until the performer needs them to be real. Then they are. As Ruse asks, Is anything real here? The book never answers. It's better that way. Right, the eye. Loop 2, let's close it. Every chapter of this novel opens on a drawing of a single eye. Inside the story, an eye is painted above the carousel organ. Ruse gets caught at a floor vent by a real eye filling it from the other side. And when the burnt-out hedge maze is seen from the top of the roller coaster, the scorched ground forms the shape of an enormous eye. The carnival itself is drawing eyes on the deck. Fans already know what this rhymes with. The eye in the maw, the televisions of the Pale City. This entire franchise runs on one rule: being watched is dangerous. The novel just says it louder than the games ever have. The performer feeds on attention. The giants exist only to consume the show. The carnival doesn't hunt these children, it watches them. And here's the uncomfortable bit the book quietly points at. So do we. We're the audience. Little Nightmares has always been a horror series about spectators played by spectators. This novel knows it. Now the craft angle, because this is the part that impressed me most. The games have no dialogue, no names, no exposition. So how do you write a novel, a thing made entirely of words, in a universe defined by silence? Myers' answer: you ration words like food. Almost every spoken line in this book is 1 to 5 words long. Feast, ruse, breathe. The sound effects are set in capitals like sound design in a film. Shikt for shears, wham for a mallet, and when the performer arrives, the prose itself goes silent because he deletes sound from the page. The book is structurally mute. It keeps the franchise's ambiguity intact instead of explaining it to death, and that is the single hardest thing licensed fiction has to do. It's the same discipline that makes Broken Promises work as stop motion. This franchise translates across mediums by protecting its silence, not by filling it. Honest caveats, because this isn't a perfect book. The middle third occasionally feels like level design. A couple of chapters read like watching someone else's playthrough rather than being inside the story. Mim, the smallest of the three, spends too much of the book being acted upon instead of acting. She gets one brilliant moment early, and I wanted more of her. And about that ages 12 and up rating. The violence is handled off-screen, but it is not mild. Implied child death is woven right through this thing. If you're buying it for a younger kid, know what you're handing them. Also, if you need lore answers, this book will frustrate you. Nobody explains the carnival, the ship, or what the performer actually is. That's the franchise rule, and the novel obeys it. Which brings us back to loop 1. I told you one of these 3 children doesn't come out the same. I'm keeping my promise and not spoiling it. What I'll say is this: there is no clean rescue in this book. The ending refuses to tidy anything up. One of the trio is marked in a way that cannot be washed off, and the final page is a deliberate open sequel hook. The last 5 pages are the best writing in the whole novel. That's all you're getting from me. Verdict: if you're a Little Nightmares fan, this is a clear recommendation. The world gets bigger without getting explained. The new monster earns his place next to the janitor and the teacher, and it's the best fix you can get while we wait for Broken Promises to come out of the festival circuit. So, back to the thesis. Games. VR with Altered Echoes, a stop-motion short selected at Annecy, made with Del Toro's studio. And now, an original novel that actually understands what makes this universe tick. Little Nightmares isn't just a game series anymore. It's a universe being built carefully, one silent, terrifying piece at a time. If you want the book, link in the description, and honestly, it reads in 2 evenings. Hit like if you want more Little Nightmares lore on the channel, subscribe to Gammon Sapiens so you don't miss the Broken Promises breakdown when it finally releases, and answer me this in the comments. Which corner of the nowhere should get the next story? The sky, the sea, or somewhere we haven't seen yet? And if you've already read the book, is Mim okay? Keep it cryptic, no spoilers. I'll see you in the next one.